This is the Linus Tech Tip screwdriver, and today I'm going to be using just this one tool to build a budget gaming computer. So the parts for this computer are going to include this GTX 1070 that one of the Coalition crew members donated for this build. These nowadays you can go for around $130 to $150 in the secondhand market. Awesome deals if you need a GPU upgrade and you are on a bit of a budget. We have a stock Wraith Prism cooler that we're going to be throwing on here. The CPU that's going to get used is the Ryzen 7 2700. 8 core, 16 threads, solid second generation Ryzen processor. We have 16 gigs of RAM from Silicon Power. That's this guy right here. PC, well, DDR4 3000 on this one, so it's CL16, which is actually kind of nice. Now, the Ryzen 7 2700 can't really support 3600 megahertz RAM easily, so the 3000 megahertz of this one is perfect for it. We have, for the motherboard, an MSI B450A Pro Max. This is just a solid all-around budget gaming motherboard for AM4. And it being the Max designation means that the BIOS on it is already ready to take some of the newer processors. With that said, SSD is going to be 256 gigs on that with a 500 gigabyte spinner for storage. And the case is something that we unboxed a while ago. This is a case from, what, 13 years ago, right around there, 2008. And that's this guy from Thermaltake. And we're going to be building all of this with that. Okay, let's start with putting the processor in. And I already cut myself. I don't even know what I cut myself on. Blood sacrifice has been made. This build will succeed. Let's see, line up the golden triangle down there. Go ahead and lock that guy in. The trusty MX4 thermal paste from Arctic. Never fails, always great. So let's do a little bit of that. I'd like to go a little extra, and because of the chiplets on these guys, I usually do a little bit around the sides like that.
Did you say chiplets?
Yeah.
What the hell's a chiplet?
So the Ryzen CPUs have multiple little chip sections that sit together on something called the Infinity Fabric. And this is one of the things that make them so great, because instead of relying on one giant chip that has everything on it that can produce so much heat in a tiny little spot, the chiplets help spread that heat out. I guess that can't really be said for the newer generation of Ryzens just because they're so high performance, but that is a benefit of modern CPU design, and I honestly can't wait for this CPU design to be integrated into the upcoming Radeon 7000 series RDNA 3 GPUs. I am a hardware nerd. Oh, great. So these ones can be fun sometimes, especially when these heatsinks block the latch. So what do I like to do here? Let's put the back latch that's closer to me on first. Okay, that's on. Rest that down. Now I gotta find that latch. Bear with me here, Wayne. Oh, all right, let's see. Okay, push a little bit there. Okay, that's hanging down. Get the hook. It's hooked on. Cooler's on. The AMD logo's in the right spot. Let's add one of the RAM sticks in. The other one's already been installed. This RAM is funny because they'll get you. You got the heat spreader on one side, but the other side that you actually see once it's installed, it's got nothing. I mean, look. Nothing. I can use my fingers, but I'm gonna use the screwdriver.
Wait, we haven't used the screwdriver yet.
Now we use the screwdriver. Actually, I like that. I like how small the throw is to change the direction of how you screw with it. Look at, I go that, and now it's screwing one way, right? Tighten, and just like that, and now I'm loosening. Well, and then this is a really nice feel. I gotta say that. This is a finely tuned, at least this mechanism just feels very nice. All right, let's see. Hold on, magnetism test. And because these fall off all the time. Huh.
Oh.
There it goes. Ooh, I have an idea. It's a race. All right, here we go. We're gonna race the electric screwdriver from Harbor Freight. 1, 2, 3, go.
I can't. You gotta press harder. I can't get it. It's stripping it.
Got it.
No.
Damn, this is strong. I'm struggling to even get them off of it. Like, I'm like, where I'm used to like being able to do that with one hand real easily. This one was just like holding on to them. It's awesome. Oh, well, the value of having the right bits. But you know what? I just realized, I think, advantage of LTT bits. This just goes to show you though that bits of other brands, like these longer ones versus the LTT ones that are short, also work just fine in that screwdriver. I'm just scared now. This is a dangerous object right here.
What the?
I think, let's try here. You, am I on tightening mode? No, I shouldn't be on. No. There you go. Okay.
Oh.
So far, I am enjoying using the screwdriver to build this computer. I can't say it's like mind-blowingly awesome to use it to do this, but so far, I'm just liking it. The magnetic tip is so far like the biggest selling point on it. The ratcheting mechanism, I'm not used to ratcheting screwdrivers, so I'm still getting used to it, but I am liking it. The ratcheting mechanism for tightening motherboard screws is a definite plus, especially because it allows you to do that one-handed more easily. All right, let's do a pass just tightening them up. The ratcheting mechanism actually is super useful for this pass. So one thing that brand new fans could be an issue is that you gotta like sort of pre-thread the screws, which I like to do before I put the fan in. But let's see how this screwdriver can do with just helping me do it this way. Oh man, that's like butter. Normally I gotta like crank really hard with the regular screwdriver to really get the pre-threading done. This is just like as if it's already threaded. But they're brand new fans from Asia Horse. Easy. Okay, this is the selling point for the ratcheting mechanism. If you ask me, fan installations. Although I could see that your wrist might get tired after a while, and it's this sort of thing that would cause me to switch to an electric screwdriver, but for like a 1-off or 2-off or 3, something like that, something simple, something quick, not bad. Well, we got to do the front fan now, and that is literally all the fans this case has. Intake and exhaust. One, perfectly balanced, as all things should be, just like the screwdriver. Come on, Linus. I've seen Linus do it. You remember having one of these expansion bays?
Everybody's got to start somewhere, huh?
Yeah. I started here, they start there. 650 BQ, B-Stock. This, I think, was $35 on EVGA B-Stock Special, which is a solid price. Nowadays, I don't think they have the deals this good for the power supplies. I looked recently, and I was not really too impressed. So I'm glad I still had this one kicking around. Possible novice and or lazy PC builders might miss. This is a top mount power supply, and if you mount the power supply, you're just gonna make it nearly impossible to plug the CPU 8-pin in. So I'm gonna plug that in first before even mounting this thing.
Whoa.
I'm out of screws over here, I got them in here. The more I use it, the more I'm liking the ratcheting. There's just like a slight quality of life difference in using it that it's noticeable. It's not huge, it's just noticeable. I think I cut myself again.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a downside to using it like that. I can't get it past the lip there. So just an example of how strong this magnet is as well. Okay then, I just wanted one screw. It's kind of nice that the screws just don't fall out. I'm used to screws just falling out when I do this, and I have to catch it in my hand or bring it out like this or something, but this, strong magnet. So I did run into an issue where I had to use my iFixit toolkit when it came to the screwdriver, but kind of an edge case. I put that 2.5-inch hard drive into an old Western Digital Raptor hard drive holder thing, and it used Torx T2 bits, and this does not have Torx T2 in here. Although I think that Linus does sell a kit of bits that does have Torx. It's not in the default kit though, so there's that. There are like Allen wrench style ones here, like these square ones, I guess, actually. But I can honestly say that I've used more Torx in computer builds than I have these square bits. So I think maybe the Torx bits should be the default and the square bits should be extra purchase or something like that. As far as what I liked about this, it's screwdriver. The ratcheting mechanism is something that I actually did like the more I used it. I do like that the bit storage is in the back like this and not necessarily loose all on the inside. It is kind of like a sort of, what do you want, like the spinning of it, I actually don't mind. It's smooth, which I like, but the weapon reload function of it, I actually like, but that's kind of like a fidgety thing, just popping it open and grabbing it. It's not actually that grippy to get. You have to get it just right to pop it out, but if you grab it wrong, your fingers will slip off. So that's why those little nubs are there. Maybe if those nubs were around the whole thing, then you could just grab it without thinking and pull it out. Otherwise, you kind of have to grab it like that if you want to for sure get it every time. Otherwise, if you're going to use your fingertips, it has to be on those ridges. That aside, the ratcheting mechanism is super nice. The magnet is strong. It's very tight. I just like that it's so, not a lot of slop in there, which I think that's one of the things that Linus was going for based on everything that I've seen about this. The one-handedness operation that you can do by just changing it over which mode you want to do with a really small click instead of ones with big throw in order to change which direction you're tightening or loosening. That is a nice feature of this one, that it's just very quick to change that over. That aside, thank you, Linus and team, for sending this out. This is the creator edition of the LTT screwdriver, so I very much appreciate that. And stay tuned to the channel. We're going to have a screwdriver to give away as well. So get subscribed, follow us on Twitter, and make sure you check us out there. With all that said, we're not done yet. Got to do a little bit of wire management, throw some benchmarks up, and you guys got to see the completed build. Moment of truth. Woo! Well, computer's all built, it turned on, everything worked out. With all that said, make sure that you're subscribed. We're going to be giving one of these screwdrivers away. If you want to see another PC build video where I build a gaming and streaming PC, a good one for 2022, make sure you check the video linked right over there. It's right there. I'll see you in the comments over in that video, yeah? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Going to be giving one of these away. Bye.